have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the September 23rd, the wonderful Wednesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I will go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, during this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in, 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered there too. Go ahead. Send me an email, but do it early, please. Send it to steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. And in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on wonderful Wednesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to Lush Show. Right now we got most of the markets trading to the downside. The transports are trading up about 90 points. That's nearly 1% to the upside. The S&P is down 0.6% or 21 points. The Dow off 80 points, 0.3%. The NASDAQ 100 still the troubled child out here, off 1.25%, down 138 points. Let's go ahead and begin with that. How are we going to do that? We're going to begin with that by moving over here real quickly. So we do have a brand new profile that has confirmed. There are two new profiles that are trying to form today, one in the Dow, one in the ES Mini. You and I, we won't have confirmed information. In fact, it has shifted, really, quite frankly, it has shifted during the last half hour out here as we take a look at it. What shifted is that the top of that profile has moved higher. It's now at 33.99. So the bottom, so it's now gotten into a bullish, close to a bullish structure profile. Let me do. I tell you what, we've got a caller on the line, and we have call ahead seating here at this lunchtime. So we have to have call ahead seating. So we'll come back to the ES Mini, but first we're going to go out to Brent in Martinez, California. Brent, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you today?
I'm doing well, Steve. Thank you for taking the call.
Sure, my pleasure. How are the fires out in your neck of the woods?
Boy, that was really just a real bizarre experience. There was probably I'd say at least a month where I didn't even see the sun.
Wow.
There was so much smoke. And then I'd say about maybe a week or so ago, we finally started seeing hints of some blue. Yeah. And then now it's like the last few days have been pretty nice. I mean, it's been
good.
what you would expect it to be like. So
good.
Yeah, it was
good.
Pretty horrific. There was a lot of ash on everything for a while, and it was pretty bad, but it seems to be getting better.
Okay, well, we're glad to hear that. You know, I only when you live on the when we live on the far southern East Coast out here, you know, you occasionally get a view of what's going on out there, but it doesn't last for more than about 30 seconds, it seems like, on our channels out here. Probably much like when we've got, you know, hurricane season, you see a little bit of it, but, you know, it's more focused on the local type weather. So glad to hear that. But I know you called about natural gas, which has had one heck of a move today. It's gone from the bottom of the profile to the top of the profile. And so how can I help you here? And it's a brand new daily profile that formed yesterday.
I was looking at the October contract, and I just was curious from, I guess it would be, I'm showing 274, the high around towards the end of August.
Yes.
It looks like it potentially could be a 3-drive to the bottom. I'm not sure if it's quite symmetrical enough. I just wanted to look at that. And then, of course, what you just mentioned as far as the reversal candle today.
So what we want to do here is we want to spend time on the November contract versus the October contract, just simply because there's only 3 trading days left for October. To the extent that you might be trading UNG, I'm not sure which contracts are in there. So we'd really want to take a look at that. But specifically with regard to natural gas, and what I'll do on my screen out here is I'm just simply going to expand out to the November contract. And here on the November contract, what we can see is we can see a nice little rising trend line. And price actually a few days ago on September 17th is what really helped to establish, you'll see 2 little trend lines out there, establish that. And the low this morning, earlier this morning, was another test of that trend line. But yesterday, a brand new daily profile form. I'm going to turn price off just for a moment. It'll make it easier for everybody that's watching us on Tiger TV to see the profile level. So I'll turn price off. And now you'll see a brand new daily profile. Now, the interesting thing here is it's a bearish structured profile. So the bottom is at 253, right where my crosshair is. The center of the box is at 276, and the top is at 283. And what's interesting about natural gas, I'm going to also pull this chart over here, and I'll put price back up on in a minute. But natural gas did form a TD9 count bottom about 4 days ago. It was bar number 8 that formed that bottom. And so this morning I had considered, Brent, taking a long trade in natural gas, but it had already moved so far. And then knowing that this was a bearish structured profile that price was trading into, and I'm going to turn price back on, the reward risk really did make sense. Didn't know whether price would close above the top of that profile or not, which is at $2.83 out there. So we can say that that support is held on this retracement back. But we can also say at this stage here is that resistance is held. And so I don't know. So that's the information I've got right now on a 30-minute time frame chart. As an example, I don't have any sign of any kind of a top out here. So we've just seen a little bit of sideways move. Maybe it's just trading with inside its profile. Maybe price is going to pull back to test support around 276 or so. But I don't see. It's just been one heck of a big move out here. At 10 o'clock, this went ahead and made the TD9 count pattern out here. This is actually because it didn't even stall price, Brent. It's a suggestion that price wants to move higher. But I can't ignore the mere fact that price is traded right into resistance, 283 out there. So does any of that help you, or what other information can I try to provide to you?
No, that does. And I'm just looking at that contract. The pattern is it's completely different than the October contract is. So yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. I just happened to notice that this morning that it was making a move. It's been, in a downward trend for a while. So I just was curious. I don't have a trade. I just noticed it and want to get your opinion on it. So I appreciate that. And just have a great day. And I guess I'll talk to you soon.
Oh, that sounds great. Brent, thanks so much for calling. By the way, I just went ahead and punched up the October contract for you. And so whereas on the November contract, we can see a clear bottom, here for the October contract, I don't. So you're asking about a 3 drive to a bottom pattern. Even if I could try to put one in here, what it doesn't have, well, I guess it does have the bullish reversal candle today, but still with 3 trading days, it's not even worth spending any time in October out there. Okay.
All right. Thanks so much, Steve. You take care.
You bet. That was Brent in Martinez, California. We're just about to go to a break, folks. So when we get back from this break, we'll continue going and taking a look at the TAS market profiles for the daily contracts out here. Again, the ES Mini trying to form a new contract. Strong support should exist at 32.58. Support for the NQ is 10.833. And for the Dow equity future contract, it stands between 26.758 and 26.917.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, Taz understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the Taz Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the Taz Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So I want to finish up the call with Brent out here. So during that break, I went ahead and looked to see what is contained, what are the holdings with inside UNG, and we can see here as of last evening, it was $331 million worth of just the November contract. So what's inside the UNG right now kind of makes it easy. It's going to change here. It'll shift, and it'll include the November contract and then an additional futures contract out there. And then in order to manage UNG, you're really going to need to pay attention to those futures contracts. Okay, so I wanted to point that out to you. That way, for those of you listening in that are actually in that trade. So if we take a look at, and I want to just clarify, so we've got a valid bottom out here, the TD9 count. And what price has done right now, it's traded in resistance, top of that profile. So we know where sellers are at. It's very helpful. Not only is it just helpful to understand that, it's just helpful for you to add to the reliability of when we take a look at our other charts and those profile levels, because it gives you a competitive edge that the majority of people out there that are trading don't have. Now, we've got Stevie's green red line out there. A close above that, which right now is printing at 278, puts us back into bullish mode. What do you mean? It wasn't bullish, Steve-O, when it gave you the bottoming signal? Well, the answer is no. It didn't have all the bullish traits that you need. Closing above Stevie's green line says we have a rising price oscillator above zero, and that is bullish. And this could be a larger A to B equals CD to the upside. But where price is targeting, if it can close above the top of its profile, let me go back here to the natural gas contract, is going to be the TD9 breakdown level. That way, what I'm doing here is I want to give you areas to be watching, because those of you that are trading UNG, you want to be paying attention to what's going on inside the underlying instrument out there, the November futures contract. So a close above 283 2.836 to be exact, is then going to signal a move up to 2.990. And above 2.990 would then suggest that you've got another change in trend or a change in trend to the upside that would be underway. Perhaps that larger A to B equals CD to the upside. So natural gas, no doubt about it, it is bullish as we take a look at it as of 1:20 in the afternoon. We had a request. I will go back to the profiles out there, but the call ahead CD doesn't mean that we can't take a request from our Tigers Den. And we did get one from my favorite general, Oda Nobunaga, out there. And Oda wanted to take a look at Disney. And don't know whether you're in it, not in it, looking to get in it, all of the above. But here's what we know about Disney. Just simply when we take a look at profiles, where is that support and resistance? It's not necessarily going to identify a bottoming pattern for us, but it does help us understand for their multiple time frames, daily, weekly, monthly, where buyers and sellers are at. Well, if we take a look at the daily time frame, Disney trading below the bottom of that profile. So unless we go find a bottoming signal out there, that's a problem. It still is a problem if we see a bottoming signal, because in order to get back to the bullish side, you want to get back inside the range of the profiles. That means a close above 127.56 Oda. Now, price is also pulled back to a level of support on its, or pulled back to a level of support, not because the daily is below support, but on the weekly, we can see the bottom of its profile is 125.30. Brand new profile that formed last week. So now this has got potential for having pulled back to support. A close below 125.30, well, that's a problem, and that would then suggest to move back to the center of its monthly profile, 116.24. There's your profile analysis of not Walt Disney, but Disney, the company out here. If we take a look at Stevie's other charts, let's go searching for other signals out here. What do we see when we take a look at Disney? Aha! What do we see? That was my way to be able to take a quick swig. So what we see is a TD9 count. We see a TD9 count that formed yesterday. That would say the low of today or the low of yesterday, whichever is the lower of the two lows, should be the low of the pattern. So that makes a fairly easy trade out here. What do you mean? So, and now this top with the Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal, wave number 7 as well, that's letter G on my screen. So I got two nice valid tops out here. And what Stevie means is, Oda, let's say you wanted to get into Disney, knowing that price is pulled back to the weekly profile, knowing that we've got a TD9 count on the daily time frame out here, you could take that trade and you would close it if there was, you could close out the trade, so your reward risk is pretty good. You would close out the trade on any close below 125.41, because that would then negate the TD9 count pattern. So for some reason, am I getting today's data through here? I'm not. What the heck? Let me try to, hold on a minute here. Let me try to see if there's some kind of, reload all my historical data, because I do see that I've got different bars here on this white background chart versus what we're looking at on the black background chart. So my apology there. It's loading right now. Oh, okay, great. So now we've got the updated chart. Perfect. So nothing has changed there, other than the mere fact that we've got a updated chart out here. So the daily is generating a signal that you go ahead and take the trade, and you would close it out. I would close it out if there were closed below the session from just a couple of days ago on September the 21st. That's what the daily time frame chart is signaling to us. The weekly time frame chart, well, in addition to pulling back and testing the bottom of its profile, Oda, it's also pulled right back. See how Stevie's red line turned green just about 3 or 4 bars ago? That was telling us that price and that line were going to catch up to each other. You've listened to the show for long enough. You know, you've heard me say that probably ad nauseum, so to speak. However, that what won't nauseate you if you were looking for a long trade is this is signaling. Now, it's only Wednesday, so we really need to see what Friday looks like. But you go ahead and act upon today's information. You've had a test and so far a rejection of a change in color line out there. And the mere fact that it went from red to green, guess what? That's bullish. So you've got a TD9 count top on the weekly. Prices push its way back to support, 2 support levels. They must hold. If they do not hold, Oda, then that's telling us to move down to 112.61. That actually could set up some kind of short if you wanted to, not suggesting that you take that. So you've got the buy signal as we speak right now. And it's great because good reward risk. You don't have to risk a whole lot. You still do your normal position sizing out there. That doesn't mean use a tighter stop. It just means use the same stop Okay, and by same stop, folks, I'm talking about using the average true range, which is $3.23 times 1.618. That's a Fibonacci expansion. And so let's say that's about $5 out there. You take 1% of your working capital. If it's $100, 500 divided by 5, you got 20 shares. But your stop is still $5 below. Don't use 5. Use 323 times 1.618. I'm just rounding to make it a little bit easier for my little mind to be able to do that math calculation out there. And then just simply, so that's how you would do it. You'd have your stop, and if you get a close below that low of that session, even though it will not have hit your stop out there, you just simply, it's like buying produce at a grocery store that's gone bad. You throw it out. Otherwise, the rest of your house will stink. And you don't want the rest of your house to stink. You throw out bad produce. It's just that simple. You throw out anything that is bad out there. Okay, so that's what I see when I take a look at Walt Disney. I hope that helps you out. Now, let's go back to those profiles that Stevie were talking about inside the equity futures contracts out there. Well, what have we not done? So you've got the ES Mini. Did I turn it off? No, I don't think I turned it off. Let me do this here. Let me turn off the weekly. You'll see the daily. You're looking at the very left-hand panel out there. The data box shows you the numbers, but sometimes we're a little bit more visual than even that. So let me just turn this off. Let me turn this on. There we go. That's all right. I'm using my advanced tool, so I'm sorry. My apology. I have to come back here and do it this way. Just realizing that. Yeah, Stevie's. So this is a new profile using Stevie's advanced Doppler tool out there, and you can see that profile. 3258 support, 3399 is resistance. Won't know till tonight if this confirms or not. But right now, so far, so good. We'll be right back. Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by as well as
whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step-by-step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So let's go take a look at Goldilocks out there. I'm sure there's a lot of folks want to get a feel for what's going on inside of gold. So a couple of different things out here. This chart is a daily time frame chart that we're looking at, folks. What we're going to see out here. Now, this is take a look at gold expressed in dollars, euros, yen, and pound sterling out there. So all of our major currencies. And we always want to understand, what does the instrument you're trading look like on somebody else's desk in some other country with some other currency out there? Because if they're making money and you're making money, everybody's making money, guess what? That's the business everybody likes to be in. When everybody's losing money, or if you're making money on your trade, but the person over in Europe is losing money, the trade is not going to go very far, because you're going to have a natural buyer and a natural seller. So you want all sellers or all buyers? Well, if we take a look at gold expressed in all the major currencies right now, what we have is all sellers out there, number one. And that's not the most important thing on this chart. The most important element on this chart, and many of you already know this, is that when markets make major tops for items out here, whether it's gold, so I say items, securities, whatever it might be, whether it's precious metals, whether it's equities or what have you, when the major tops are made at all-time highs in all currencies. I have my crosshair right now, right on the August 7th date, which is the high so far. It's the high for gold, all-time high. Guess what? That was an all-time high in euros, an all-time high in yen, and an all-time high in pound sterling. Go back and do the work yourself, or just trust me. If you just trust me and go back and do the work, you're going to see you come up with the exact same conclusion. So this is a potential danger sign out there. Now, it's only the 23rd, but come the end of the month, if things continue as they are, we're going to have a bearish reversal signal. Here's the monthly chart. Now, in order to be able to show you this, I've got to go ahead and put this on my continuous contract. But you can see right now we're halfway through the bar. This is September, so July's bar out here. And that's what is, and this is giving us a three-river evening star pattern. In fact, it is named after the generals in the Oda Nobunaga being one of the three generals that unified Japan out here. But this is a three-river evening star. Now, if this forms, you can see an A to B equals CD to the upside. In fact, because we had a new all-time high, we can see an expansion. We can make this a butterfly expansion pattern because of this bearish reversal candle. Now, the savior, where is price headed to? Well, on a monthly basis, based upon the topping signal that's in place right now, we'll need to see this at the end of the month. Let's look at the information we've got right now. This will be telling us to expect and anticipate a pullback to 1775 or thereabouts. Stevie's green line. We know that number is going to change as that unfolds out there. But that's the message coming from the long-term chart, the monthly chart. Well, let me just keep this up here. Let's go take a look at what's the message coming from the weekly chart. We've taken a look at this. We've shared this with you. This has already got a confirmed intermediate term topping signal. That's a TD9 count. It was bar number 8. We've been below Stevie's green line here. This is going to be the fourth week in a row. And you look at this chart and you tell me, where is it that you believe price is headed to? Exactly. It's headed to its breakout level on a weekly basis, and that level is 1706. It's 1868, folks. It's not too late to get out. You can see right now on this weekly chart, we're getting a confirmed A to B equals CD to the downside. Of course, it's only Wednesday, so we've got to see where does price close on Friday. But to a certain extent, you don't need to. You've got topping signals on the daily, on the weekly, on the monthly. What more do you need? Be mucho grande careful. And I know that doesn't make any sense. Be careful out here. Be smart about this. We've got signals with regard to gold all over the place. Every trader across the globe is taking a hit. This is not just a U.S.-centric thing. Some people might think, hey, the U.S. dollar index is going up, so all right, we're getting hit in the U.S., but they're not getting hit over in Europe. BS! Before Steve shared with you the chart that we just looked at. That's not the case. If we take a look at the daily time frame chart out here for gold, actually in this case here, I don't want to use this. I want to use the actual contract. So I do want to switch over from the. Yeah, let me do this here. I've got another chart that we can just pull this in on because sometimes this can shift. So we're going to take a look at the December contract, which is where we really want to be. So, and that's great. So in the December contract, what we're looking at is 1831.10. Is very likely the next stop. Gold could get there today. I'm not saying it will get there today, but it could get there today, certainly tomorrow or what have you. And you can see this A to B equals CD to the downside. It's such a screwy A to B equals CD to the downside. I say screw it. Let's not even really worry about it. We don't really need to worry about it at this stage. We've got breakout levels to be focused on and paying attention to. Today's only bar number 4 of a TD9 count, so we're 5 days away, a good solid week. We're talking next Wednesday or Thursday before we might see any kind of a daily bottom out here. But 1831, 1790, 80, those are the targets. And below that, you get down to 1619 in a heartbeat. That's coming from the daily time frame chart. So what goes along with that? Well, I did mention the U.S. dollar index out here, so let's go ahead and pull that up. I have been sharing with you for over a week, probably 2 weeks now. Well, I guess ever since really the early part of September. So, yeah, that's over 2 weeks, right? When we got that nice big old bullish engulfing candle on September 1st out there, confirming the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, which was confirmed back on August 18th, and then it confirmed again on August 6th. So we had the bulls communicating to us they were making an attempt to form a bottom. And voila, they did. And 2 days ago was when we got the close above resistance, the top of the profile. Yesterday was follow through. Today, additional follow through. Where's the U.S. dollar index headed to? 96.61 is its TD9 breakdown level. We don't have any kind of pattern that's in play right now to suggest that price won't make its way up to that level. As long as we're here on my currency page, we can go take a look at the euro. Where's the euro headed to? The euro, first stop on the way down, 1.158. Next stop, 1.129. If we take a look at the pound, what is it doing? It's moving lower. No bottoming pattern here. Where's it headed to? Its next breakout level, 1.251. These are moving lower. The U.S. dollar index is going to move higher. How did the pound top? Wave number 7, that's letter G on my screen out there. Thank you, Basil Chapman, although it's not used as the Chapman wave out there, so you want to learn that system. Here we can see the yen. This is reverse as this is moving higher. It's getting weaker. The U.S. dollar index is getting stronger out here. And this right now, trading above the top of a new daily profile. Looks like this can head to 107.50 out here. We could take a look at all the other currencies. We won't. We don't need to at this stage here. I think you sort of get the idea. And the idea is what likely is going to happen here is gold's going to take just a major gargantuan hit to the downside. It's going to flush everybody out of there. And those that stay at the party are never going to want to touch that yellow metal again. I want you to be out. And I want you to be prepared and have the powder dry for when that happens. I'm not telling you when that happens because I can't tell you exactly when that happens until we see the pattern that unfolds out there. But that's the time to really take that next trade out there. So be careful if you're in the metals and you're in the mining sector out here because you're getting all kinds of bad news. And we just took a look at what's going on currency-wise out there. There's just nothing positive that I can find when I take a look at gold. Even on the way down out here, let me see on the 30-minute time frame, what do we have? We do have a TD9 count, but it doesn't look like this one is going to hold. But we'll have a little bit more information. It looks like maybe over the course of the next hour out here. But if the low of the current session, the low of the day gets taken out, it's just telling you about strong momentum to the downside. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Detailed on the Tiger's Den or on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow down 150. S&P's off 27 points right now. Dave C. writes in, and he says, wondering if CVX is bottoming for an intermediate term trade. Want to go long. Jack in Chicago. Jack, thanks for taking the time to write in. Let's go take a look at Chevron out here. And here's what we know right now, just simply based upon its profiles. Trading below the daily profile. It's a brand new profile for about 5 days ago. So the bottom of that profile only held a support for a couple of days. With price being below that and being below the center of its weekly profile, it's suggesting, Jack, a move down to the bottom of that profile, 63.80. 65.87 is the bottom of the monthly profile. So that's your next support level. So we go look at my other charts out here. 63.80 to 65.87. That is on Chevron. CVX is the ticker symbol. Let's go take a look at the other daily time frame chart. The other charts out here. Daily time frame shows that price is stretched. Price is moving lower, doing less relative energy. Jack, in order for this pattern to identify a bottom for you, you need to see the pattern present. I don't know if it'll be present tomorrow or the next day. It's present right now. And if we get a bullish reversal candle, let's say tomorrow, that would be a signal of a bottom. It would at least be a signal of the bulls are going to attempt a counter trend rally. Price then needs to close above Stevie's red line. That's at about 76.80, we'll call it, on any kind of move to the upside. If it does that, then it can get back inside the profiles, and then your next resistance level, 81.33, and above that, 85.90. You were asking about an intermediate term trade. Of course, you'd like to see a signal first show up on the daily time frame, but as we look to the weekly chart here for Chevron, look for any kind of signals out here. We don't have one. Right now, price is pulled back and it is below its weekly breakout level. Jack, that weekly breakout number is 75.51. We're trading at 73.93. A close below 75.51 this week is telling you it wants to head lower. Now, remember that lower level is a 63.80. That is the bottom of its profile. So, whereas we had nice wave number 7, number G, a TD9, not a TD9 count, but wave number 7 bottom back in March on the weekly time frame, and we have a nice TD9 count top. Price is broken through support, so it's not looking good. So the answer to your question, is it bottoming? The answer is no. Not that we see it, not yet. If we take a look at this monthly time frame chart, the monthly time frame chart is just suggesting all kinds of problems for Chevron. The reason that we say that is that or I'll just say it's very bearish. You can see that Stevie's green line turned red back in February. And that was telling us to anticipate and expect an eventual test of that line in price. Well, that's what unfolded in June of 2020. And it is the result of that test that really signals the intent of the market for the time frame that you're looking at. Well, that was a bearish test. It was a test and rejection. Granted, that may just send price back to support. Okay, and that's what it's signaling to us, 65.87. We know we've got a lower support level on the weekly time frame, so 63.80 is a number that we would use out here. But below 63.80 now, because it's below the 65.87 number, boy, that would spell just simply some major problems inside of Chevron. Now, let me just put on a quarterly time frame chart out here. The quarterly time frame chart shows you on that move to the downside that where price found support was its breakout area of 66.83. It was really between 55.41 and 66.83. And that's really where it found support. And so that might be the area you're looking at longer term based upon, I mean, this is a quarterly chart out here. And this doesn't look good either. You got a nice TD9 count Rhodes momentum indicator top way back here in 2014. Price moved back up and never took out that high. Always a danger sign out there. So, Jack, it's really not looking that great for Chevron. Wait for some type of bullish reversal candle. If the Rhodes momentum indicator is there from a daily standpoint, you may be able to take a short-term trade, but not looking so swift for the intermediate-term time frame trade as we speak right now. So thank you for writing in. Let's go to our next question out here. The next question coming in from, I believe it's Doug. Yeah, Doug writes in. He says, hey, Steve, will you look at Microsoft and discuss daily, weekly, monthly support? So let's do that right now. MSFT is the ticker symbol. I'm long now and looking to get out if it drops into the next level down. So as we take a look at Microsoft, you got a brand new profile forming today, Doug, so you can use this as support and resistance area. Support is 199.13. Resistance is 209.21 out there. So closes above either of those will give you a feel for the direction, up or down. As we look at the weekly time frame chart, price is back inside its weekly profile, so it's really consolidating. The bottom of that consolidation will be 180.58. The top at 212.40. Price above the top of its monthly profile. So let's look at Stevie's other charts out here for Microsoft, see what kind of signals we can get from it. So in the case of Microsoft, as we look at the daily time frame out here, what do we see? Well, I'll tell you what we see. We see what we talked yesterday, what we talked about yesterday, right? What did we discuss yesterday? Let me just also make sure that this thing updated with all of the daily bars. Looks like I'm missing one bar, so let me just run the reload all historical data. We'll get it. But yesterday, what you and I discussed, because we were talking about Stevie's red line, so I specifically remember we pulled apart the 6 or 8 different instruments that made up the NASDAQ 100 top holdings out there. And we saw that my oscillator and change line had changed colors. And so what you and I said was, hey, we know what price is going to do with regard to Microsoft. It's going to get up and test Stevie's red line. Right now, that's priced at 207.81. So the answer to your question, Doug, is it does not look good. This is just like when we take a look at these red line tests, we looked at it in the longer term time frame, they really are great signals to us. So the daily time frame here from Microsoft, you're getting that test today, and it's really not good. You need to close above 207.82. Does that mean that Jack should close out the trade? No, not necessarily. Why? Because we've got a daily profile out here that has just formed. And he might want to, because I don't know how long he's been in this trade here, he might want a double dose of, he might want one of those double blind placebo whatever tests out there. And so really he's looking for a close below that level of support, which would be 199.13. Your average true range over the last 10 days out here is $6.65. Let's look at the weekly time frame chart. We can see the completion of an A to B equals CD. I believe that was a sell the D point. It was. So the weekly time frame chart, your intermediate term time frame chart for Microsoft, gave you that signal 4 weeks ago when it generated that key reversal bear sash candle. Microsoft, if it breaks through those levels of support we looked at, out here is suggesting move back to 156.45 to 157.58 out there as its next move to the downside. The monthly time frame chart out here for Microsoft. So here, maybe you've been in Microsoft for a while, Doug. I don't know. You didn't give me all those particulars. If you have, would I sell it now? Look, you've got a TD9 count top on the monthly. You've got a Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal, confirmed signal right now. I don't know how the month ends, but right now you've got the key reversal candle, bear sash candle. Should you sell? You've got all the signals to sell, but depending on where you're in on this, okay, and you're looking to, I'm long now and looking to get out. Well, you're looking to get out. So I'll give you another place where you could jettison the position out here. It would be a close below the monthly oscillator and change line. And that's currently printed at 196.79 out there. So you've got sell signals across the board out here. The question is, can it really break the backs of support? And the backs of support that really are left to be dealt with here are going to be the, we'll have to call it the bottom of that daily profile. So that's what we see when we take a look at Microsoft out there, Doug. Again, depending on where you're at, my recommendation would be to wait for that confirmation out there. But, I always like that expression from our favorite polar bear. Sell when you can, not when you have to. So you've got all the technical information I could bestow to you on Microsoft. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So all the indices trading lower with the exception of the transports are up 60 points right now. The Dow down 218. It's not looking good. So let's take a look at short term here. We've got about 2 minutes before we sign off. The ES Mini right now is testing its breakout level of support. So Dudette, where you're thinking this could be a setup for a rip your face off rally. Well, the level it needs to hold, if that's going to happen, is 32.69.25. We're at 32.67 right now. So watch this session. Watch the next session, next half-hour session. Two closes below that breakout support are suggesting a continued move lower to 32.21. But price right now for the ES Mini right back to its breakout support. So if the bulls are around, this is where they need to wake up. And if they're not, you'll know that because you'll see price just simply crush right through there. Not crush right through there, but trade right through there. If we take a look at the NQ, the same pattern out here. This is pulled back to its breakout level. That's 10.958 out here. Forget the A to B equals CD pattern right now. Just focus on 10.958. So price is pulled back to a breakout level. We can see Stevie's green line has turned red. We talked about that at the very open out here. So you're back at a breakout level of support. If that level fails, doesn't look like any kind of, the only thing that's going to get ripped are the bulls out here. If we take a look at the Dow not yet back to its breakout level. Its breakout level would be 26,907. So that's the area to watch. So we've got 3 of the 4 contracts pulling back to breakout. Let's go end it with the 4th out here. What is the old Russell 2000 doing? Well, the Russell 2000 is so far away from its breakout level, it's not even worth noting. But we'll note it anyways, 1462.90. You're trading at 1475 as we speak right now. So from a 30-minute standpoint, you've got all of the equity futures contracts have pulled back to or are trading above their breakout support levels. But if they fail, well, then it would look like a continued move lower. So that's what I'll be watching for the next couple of hours out here. Stay tuned for 2 more great hours of programming. Thanks so much for being here. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and we'll look forward to seeing you on Thursday. Take care, folks.